Welcome and thank you for clicking on today's video. Today we got one of the deadliest tier lists I put together, and the reason it's one of the deadliest because I had King's Canyon in mind, a map that is revolving around constant fighting and ranked. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that goes to help me further reach my goal of doing content creation full time. So let's slide right into the video. First, we got the Wingman. I know some of you guys might be thinking I'm a little crazy for this one, but it has to go to the S tier. This gun is way too strong, and with rumors and hints, thinking that it might end up in the care package next season, even the devs agree this might be a really broken gun. This gun has seen a lot of playtime with guns like the Flatline going into the crafter, things like the Vault going into the care package. We are just now, or the community as a whole is just now realizing this gun kills hella fast. This is a solid gun, solid. Next we got the 30-30, not a bad gun, not really a great gun. I wouldn't say it's my favorite marksman, but if you can use this gun, it can be shown to put a lot of damage before the engage or before any push. So we're gonna leave it at B for right now. Now we have the Vault. I mean, it's the Vault. There's no real definition I need to kind of give you. If you play this game, you know how really good this gun is. Has basically no accuracy, increased damage after winning in the care package, best submachine gun probably. No, not probably. It is the best submachine gun in the game at the moment. I honestly think better than the alternator was. Next, we got the alternator. Definitely a good pickup gun, like off the spawn, but not a gun you want to see yourself take to late game. I'm gonna have to leave it at C for now. Even with full attachments, it's gonna like maybe be a B in the right hands. I usually carry this game late game only to carry attachments. Its time to kill is just too slow in some risky situations. So with that said, we're gonna leave it at C for now. Next, we got the Bowkick, my favorite marksman gun. This gun has great DPS, great range. The arrows are silent, so also discourages third-party engagements if you're quick enough. The only problem I really see with this gun is its ammo supply. It's the only one of its kind to carry arrows. So with that being said, still a solid gun. Gonna have to put it A tier. Now we have the triple take. Not a great gun, not a bad gun. It's not my favorite marksman, or I would even put up in there, but I kind of want to put it around the 30-30, so we're gonna leave it in B tier. Solid, not the greatest. Now, this is another one that you might look at in confusion, but I promise you, Car is another S tier gun. This gun tears through people, and even if you learn how to control it well, it will still do some great damage at medium range. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Vault, but it still holds up in that regard. Like I have won many engagements against people who carry the Vault with a Car. The damage up close is like, it's like a hybrid between like a shotgun and a submachine gun. The damage up close is pretty crazy. It's so powerful, even pros have started to take it as their secondary instead of shotguns and bubble fights. Definitely look out for this gun. Definitely a strong S tier pick. Now this pick is kind of a personal opinion. I will explain. The Charge Rifle I feel like is a C gun, nearing B, but I have to put it at C. You're really not going to get the modifier on it. It may be annoying to get like tracked, but like what snipers really do is looking for cracking that huge damage on headshots or breaking shields and then pushing. Charge rifles are more annoying than anything else, and usually you see the effectiveness of it is when more than one person on your team carries them. As a standalone sniper, not really like too strong in my opinion. Next we got the Havoc, really good gun, probably one of the fastest TTKs. What I mean by TTK, I mean time to kills out of most guns in this game. But the only downside to this gun is you need the turbocharger, a legendary attachment to find before you can bring out its full power. Now that's the only reason I don't have it as a S tier gun, because you still need to inherently find its attachments for it to really shine. But definitely, the gun is really good. So I'm gonna have it at A tier for now. Devotion. Probably my most hated gun, but I have to throw it up in the S tier. Even without turbocharger, if you get this thing going before you turn a corner, the mag it has, the fire rate it has, if you're able to control this gun, it may be a little hard starting out if you don't really use guns with heavy recoil or hard recoils. But this gun, there's been a reason it's been used in other regions a lot more than it. And NA is just starting to pick it up on it this last split. Definitely a solid gun. Please don't use it. I find it really annoying. Eva, probably one of the worst The worst gun in the game. I'm surprised. At one point, this gun was meta. This gun used to do so good. It was a weapon you would see all the time in tournaments, in scrims, in high-level play. Now it's the worst gun in the game. They had to nerf this thing hard. Rightfully so. It deserves it. Now we got the RE45. Kind of a different problem than the alternator. Its fire rate is great, but its mag is just a lot shorter and the bullets go out a lot faster. So, as it can still carry a good amount of attachments for like an R3 or something later, it's definitely one of those guns you're going to see picked up early on and not really carried out through the game. Now we got the bad boy historian gun, the Flatline. A gun that has not been seen since they have put it in the crafter. It is still an A-tier gun, I'm going to be honest. Even with its recent nerf, when they put it in the crafter, the damage nerf, yes, the R3 has kind of taken its reign as the best assault rifle. But for now, the Flatline is still like a solid gun. It's not going to go anywhere. It probably won't go anywhere for a while. So, rightfully so, it's still going to be up there. We're going to put it on A tier. Rampage, another good gun. Solid hitter, big mad, heavy damage. It's really not that good up close. But mid-range and long range, gun really shines. So, we're going to leave it up there at A tier. I don't think it needs a nerf. Some people might complain it does. I honestly think it is a gun that really excels in one environment, and it is what it is. You know, I can't really see it. It doesn't do that. It's not that crazy up close or anything. Now we have the G7 Scout. This is surprising to me because I didn't think I would ever put a care package gun in the A tier. Even with its recent buff to the double tap, I don't think this gun deserves to be S tier. It's great. They need to take it out the care package. It's get left in the care package. Barely anyone uses it. It's just not the greatest gun. They need to bring it back home. Put it back on the floor. Now we got the Hemi. Solid. Not too crazy. Kind of need some attachments to get it going. I'm gonna put it B. Thought about putting it C, but it's still all around good gun. Not too bad. I actually recommend that if you're a roller player, try it out on single tap. Can be really good if you have a good trigger finger. it's the Kraber. Probably like one of the most known guns in the game. If you know how to use it, it's probably the best gun in the game. Pros don't even think it should be in the pro scene because how broken the gun is. I heard there's some changes coming next season for it. Fingers crossed, but for right now, Kraber definitely S tier gun, no doubt, no question. Sentinel, got to put it in the same tier as a charge rifle. Good sniper, I would probably take it over the charge rifle, but mainly as a sniper, its fire rate is kind of really too slow. Like one shot, and if you miss that shot, they're already like repositioning and knowing not to peek their head. So for right now, we're gonna have the Sentinel on a C tier. Now we got an L-Star, another gun that used to be really good until they heavily nerfed it. Even with a fully attached L-Star and a purple mag, the clip burns out way too fast. And the recoil, especially on controller, has a really jumpy kickstart to it. Now, if you were an MNK player, a really good one at that, I would put the L-Star as a B tier, but for most majority of players, I'm going to have leave the L-Star at a C tier. Now we got a Longbow. Some people might be surprised, even though Longbow is like one of the least amount of damage sniper rifles compared to the Sentinel and charge rifle. But overall, the fire rate of this gun, you can easily 3-shot someone. Really, like one headshot, 2 bodies, they're gone on most body armor levels. Personally, you can interchange all these snipers, but personally, I'm going to have Longbow as a B tier. Now we got the R9, another solid submachine gun. Gonna have to put it A tier. I thought about B tier because it's short clip, but this gun just tears through people, and it's not that hard to control. If you're a good roller player or just someone who knows how to control recoil in general, you're gonna want to use this gun. Definitely weaker than like the Volt and Car, but definitely nothing to not look at. Now we have the Mastiff. I'm gonna have to put it on B tier, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second, because when I get to the Peacekeeper, I'll tell you why I have it at B tier. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, I'm surprised it took me long to get to here, but R3, another S tier gun. Some people might just say straight up A, but this gun is too easy to use. It does so much damage, especially with the Flatline nerf. It is the king of assault rifles, and for right now, it is unchallenged. The gun works good at close range, medium range, long range. It's really good in all engagements. I can't really put it below an S tier. Now this is going to be for the Mozambique and the P2020. We're going to put them both respectively in the D tier. Honestly, even with hammer points being on the floor, you have to land a majority of your shots really well to really get this to be really effective with it. And including to use it to its full ability, it requires you switching in between gunfights and instead of just having it as a primary. So carrying these guns around even without hammer points might put you at a risk later on, not having a true secondary. So for that, I'm gonna have to put them in the D tier. Now we got the PK. I said I'm gonna mention the reason I have the Mastiff at where it's at, because people usually either use the Mastiff or the PK, but here's why I have the PK higher at A tier and the Mastiff at B tier. Mastiff is a great gun and is really good at close engagements like the shotgun should be, and it gives you more chances to land your shots. But from what I've noticed from my gameplay, other people, good people's gameplays, not just like bad players' gameplays, the Mastiff seems to be really inconsistent. Even with good players, it's not a great shotgun. Like people who are play this game for 10 hours a day can't realistically always guarantee their shot's going to hit for more than 50. While the PK is a gun that most people, even if you're a roller player or just like wait for someone to cross your path with the PK, with one shot you're most likely going to get 80 to 90 off relatively pretty easy. And not only is it easier to get higher damage off with a shotgun like the PK, you can use it at even greater distances because of its choke. So that's why I'm gonna have the PK higher up. And with the last gun, it is my boy the Prowler. Now, honestly, going to this tier list, I thought I was gonna have the Prowler as a C tier submachine, or not C tier, as an A tier submachine gun. But hearing the way people talk about it, the way it's barely used, seeing how MK players have it, it's not like it used to be. The mag goes too fast. You have to be really accurate, and the only time you're going to get its full utility is if you have really slow sense and is extremely good at tracking, or you have extremely like good aim assist. Like when I mean by good aim assist, I mean like the 3-3 roller players or the 4-3s, not the ALC. Like, you know, some really good aim assist. And with the Prowler being the last gun to go up on the tier list, that's gonna call it. But if you're still looking to get that competitive edge, go click on my next video on legends to use. You're gonna love it.